Hello everybody, thank you for joining, and if you're new here, thank you for stopping by to share some time with me. And I hope you're all doing well today. To all of my faithful followers, I so appreciate you and your kindness. Your kind comments mean so much to me, and I do enjoy reading them and getting to know you better. So, before I begin, Teresa, if you're watching, I left a message in my last video before this one for you. So if you could read that message and get back to me, I'd truly appreciate it, okay? Thank you so much. Okay, so let me tell you about what I did this morning. I didn't want to make a big journal. I didn't want to, I'm waiting for something to come in for one of the other journals I'm working on. It's just a little die cut, but I just need it. You know, when you have to have that one thing, and it's just this tiny little die cut that I'm waiting for, and then I can just finish that journal. And I'm also working on doing the slow stitch on it. And I was doing some slow stitch, but I wanted to play with paper. So I took out Mariss's kit from Sweet Pea Curiosities, and oh my goodness, did I have a good time. Easter is on its way, guys. If you're in a very cold place, spring is on its way. At least in my craft room it is. I have out so much pink, it's ridiculous. And blues and turquoises and mint greens and butterflies and you name it, I've got it out. And my husband was just like, what happened? I said, I pulled it. I just pulled everything. So anyway, let me get started on what I made, and I will tell you the names of the kits. I use primarily Toile De Jouy, the 3 kits that she has in her Etsy shop, which is amazing. If you've never shopped at Sweet Pea Curiosities, I ask you not to walk, but to run, because I am having such a good time with her digitals. I am not kidding. I made a mini journal, a mini. She is called Serenity, and I did show her in my last video. If you haven't had an opportunity to see Serenity, I'd love for you to meet her. And she is in the video prior to this one, so take a look. She is a darling. Anyway, and I had so much fun making her. I really did. She was such a joy. And so anyway, so this is Toile De Jouy primarily. Okay, and then one of her other kits, I have little bits and pieces like this one. And I will leave the names of all the kits and the links to those kits in the description box below. So just hit more if you're on your phone. I'm not sure where more is because I don't use my phone to watch anything. I either use my computer or watch on TV, and because I can't really see the screen on my phone. So anyway, well, I can. I just can't see well enough. But anyway, so let's get started. This would make the perfect Easter gift for anybody. You don't have to be a junk journaler or even journal to have this beautiful Easter gift, okay? So let's start with what I did from the beginning. I'll pull everything out and put it to the side. And I'm not going to name all the, the 2 kits that I used, but I did use 2 kits, primarily Toile De Jouy, which is phenomenal. It's a tall, skinny journal, but I just wasn't ready to make a tall, skinny. So I didn't want to get into that because, like I said, I've got a prayer journal that it's got to go out. I've got to do that. I've got Taylor Gloucester I'm working on, and of course Marvelous Mice. So I have got a lot going on, but I was slow stitching and thought, I don't want to slow stitch, I want to play with paper. You know how that is. So anyway, I made a vellum bag, not tracing paper, and this idea came from Ruby and Pearl, Heather, and but I did do some stitching around it. I don't know if she stitched hers, but I did. You can glue it. You don't have to stitch it, but I highly recommend that you use Fabri-Tac or a non-water-based glue to glue any tracing paper or vellum. Otherwise, it might curl, okay? So I did glue it, but then I thought, oh, I want to stitch it. So I did bring it to my sewing machine, and I stitched this beautiful vine stitch, which you probably can't see, but it is a pretty, pretty stitch in there, if you can see that. I should have used a pink, but it was fine. And so anyway, that in itself makes a beautiful gift. You know, a beautiful gift bag. And you know how expensive gift bags can be. Unless, of course, you know, you can get some pretty ones at Dollar Tree, but you're going to pay $1.25. This did not cost $1.25. So, anyway, such a great idea. And this paper, gorgeous, okay? All the paper in this kit, you could pick any one. It was so hard for me to choose which one I wanted to make for the bag. So that's the one I chose. Again, you could put anything in this bag. Anything, any kind of gift would go in this bag. Okay, and it is 8.5 by 11. So it's a good size bag. And I did cut the top back with my pinking shears and left the front straight. Okay, I wish I had cut this down a little bit lower, but that's okay. So let's start with the ephemera, and then we'll get to my little journal that I made. Now these pockets, they can either go on a page like this, but I printed 2 pages, and what I did was I stitched around the pocket, and then for this one you just flip it up, and I lined it with, before I stitched it, I glued the avocado paper to it. And then I just put these little bits in there that I didn't use in my journal, okay? Hence the bag, because I couldn't fit everything in my journal. So I did these little flowers, and I'll show you what I did with them in the journal, but I didn't use them all, so. And then these, I made little booklets out of. These are sized way down. Sorry. They're sized way down. I had it on the wrong size, but I wasn't going to throw them away. So I made a little booklet out of that one. Just, you know, no paper or anything, just a little booklet. And this out of this one. And those go inside this envelope. And I forgot to cut the bottom of that one off. That says Sweet Pea Curiosities. But I can do that later. And I'll show you the bigger one when we get to it. And I made a little booklet out of that one as well. But that just says Sweet Pea Curiosities. I just forgot to cut it down. Sorry about that. So those just go in there like that. And how pretty when you open it, right? It just looks so nice when you open this particular envelope. And like I said, you don't have to do this. You could by all means take this and just glue it. This just tucks under there. But you could just glue it on your page. It still looks like an envelope, and you tuck your things behind it, okay? So that's that one. And then this one I sewed around it like this, but you could glue it. You don't have to stitch it with a sewing machine. So I just took one and another one and just stitched around it. And in here, I have some ephemera bits. And these come from a collage page of hers, but I just cut it all down and made journaling cards. So there's that one. And then there's this one, gorgeous. And then I told my husband I wanted to paint my family room walls this. And he said, I don't think I can do that. You'll have to hire Marissa. So Marissa, are you up for that? I just think it looks so fabulous. Oh my goodness. Love, 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 love. And then this is just gorgeous. Love it. Look at the lace and the table and oh my goodness, the satin and beautiful for a wedding, right? So Easter, wedding, so many possibilities. So many possibilities. So then those, where did they go? Oh, and then I had this little Easter card. It doesn't belong to Mariss's kits. Actually, they weren't kits at all. I don't even remember where I got them, but anyway, it wasn't a printable. I think I got them at a store or someplace. I might have ordered them online. Anyway, doesn't matter. I just poked a hole in it and I put the eyelash trim. Well, it's yarn. Mine's yarn. It's not like eyelash trim. I don't know what eyelash trim is, but mine comes in a ball of yarn. I used to make little teddy bears and things for my grandchildren, and I still have tons of it left, so that's what I use. And then I put a yellow ribbon. So just because, you know, it says Happy Easter, and I've got Easter on the brain because of Lent, but that just slides in there. And then these little bits, actually, they go inside this one. Oops. Can get confusing if you do it this way, but it's worth it. To me, it's worth it. It just makes it look a little bit different than the other envelopes. And that tucks right in there. So that's that one. And then this one is this one. And then I did the same thing with this one. I sewed around. And then inside here, I made a little booklet out of the collage that I had cut up. And I put some glossy accents on her little flower crown and on her pearls. And then what you do is you just pull this down and it becomes writing paper. So it's just scraps. But I just think it's darling. And I just sewed it. I sewed this, you know, I sewed it across. And then I just added this for some decoration. And it just folds back up in there. And I just thought that looked real pretty, so I left it long. And that slides right in the envelope. And I mean, you could just give this as a Happy Meal, and I think somebody would love it, you know? These 3 little pieces, or just this one piece, or just take something like this and send it in a Happy Meal, or something like this for somebody to play with. Just darling. So we'll put those to the side, and we'll get to the journal. So the journal... Oh, I'm so sorry. Just one moment, please. I'm just going to have a drink of water. Just one moment. I'm so sorry. I have some pain, and I was feeling better, but I just moved the wrong way. I'm so sorry. Just one moment. Excuse me. My water's way over here because I didn't want to spill it, even though it has a cover. Oh, my goodness. Oh my goodness. All right, I'm okay. I'm fine. I just moved wrong in my chair, and I have a very bad back. Anyway, let's get going on the journal. I'm so sorry about that interruption. So here's the journal. Oh my goodness. And like I said, it's a tall, skinny journal. This is one of the pages. Look at this page, guys. I didn't crinkle that up. This is how it comes. And the reason why I printed another page was because I just love the petals. I couldn't use it in this journal because I would have had to go this way. So, and the lines would have been going the wrong way. And so I printed it again because I love the petals. I printed them on some, what do you call it? Linen paper. And they look just like petals. And they're so simple to fussy cut. Look at, watch. I'll just, for example, take up this one up here. And you know, no two petals are alike. So you can just go to town. And what I do is I'll cut the petals, right? I'll just cut this one like this. And you just like move it around. Oh my goodness, this is so fun. So what I'm going to do is I'm waiting for some paper bags to come. Who runs out of lunch bags? Oh my goodness. I went to get more lunch bags in my closet and I'm out of them. And that's what this is made out of, is 2 lunch bags. But aren't they gorgeous? And then what I do, well, not with this one. Here's my flowers. And anytime I have fussy cut flowers that I fussy cut out of anything, like these are all fussy cut out of different digitals that I've had. Like that was printed on tracing paper and I just fussy cut it out of the paper. You know, it was a bigger piece of paper, obviously, but they're all just flowers that I've, you know, had left over, and I keep them all in here, and, you know, after I've fussy cut them or what have you, so I'll be taking these petals and adding them to my flowers, to my fussy cut flowers, so when I need them, of course, I have them. So, and I do the same thing with like my stamps and my butterflies. Like I said, I pulled out all the spring and summer. No more winter or fall, all gone. So anyway, that's what I did with that page. And like I said, this is a tall, skinny journal, but who says you need to use it as a tall, skinny? Obviously you don't. So I'll just put this aside and I'll fussy cut that later. Now I'm waiting for my paper bags. So this afternoon I'll come back and I'll do a tutorial on how I put this together, okay? So let me just put those aside. And what I did was I put those flower petals here like this, and then I just kind of rounded them up with my fingers like this and just left them. This one's glued down, this one's glued down, and then these are just lifted up. And then I just put a mother of pearl button here with some pink thread, sewed them. I glued this down, and then I sewed the button onto this one, and then I glued the button on. And so that's how I did that. And then this is just a ruffle that I made out of some satin pink gingham ribbon. Isn't that beautiful? I love it. And then I put some pearls down the spine. And that, not real pearls, obviously. And then we'll open her up with this gorgeous, it's almost like a, I can't even think of what it's called. It's like a raw linen with a satin edging on this ribbon, and I love it. And I'm out of it. This is my last piece of this color. I have a couple of other colors, but so yeah. So then you open it up like this, and here I decided to put a notepad. And the nice thing about this notepad is you have lots of writing space. It's like a journal. And so, you know, I mean, it's just tons of paper. And all I did was I measured what I needed. I printed 2 to a page of this page. And then I made the little notebook. So there's one on the front and there's one on the back. And then I put scraps of paper that I didn't use in the making the journal in here, okay? But the nice thing is you can take it out and you could put this in your purse, or you could, you know, write on it, take it out, you know, and write your journal thoughts in the morning or whenever you do your journaling, right? You could use this as a little journal. And all I did was I took my paper, folded it in half, and stitched it across. Then I added the front, I added the back, and then I glued it. You know, the very, very top I glued here and here. And then I just put some pink lace there and some flowers here. And this I had in one of my little boxes that I keep over on my shelf. And so I put note right here, and this is just a bezel with one of Mariss's photos. I just punched it, and actually this one I just cut out because I couldn't be bothered getting my punch. And so anyway, and then if you use up all these pages, right, you can make another one. Just, you know, just the size of this, and then make another one and slide it right into this little belly band. And you've got yourself a beautiful little journal right there, but it's a notebook, okay? And then in here, I have some journaling cards from a couple of different of her kits. But most of them is most of this kit is Toile De Jouy. So just let me pull everything out. The rest of them I had already printed and cut up, so I just used them. So, like, for example, this one is not Toile De Jouy, but it is hers. And I'll leave the link in the description box below. Just hit more, and it will give you the description box. Click on the link that says Toile De Jouy, pages or whatever. Click on that. It'll take you right to it, okay? So there's that one. That's not Toile De Jouy. And neither are these. But how gorgeous, right? How gorgeous. So there's those. I didn't do really anything fancy because, I mean, I only had a couple of hours and I didn't want to spend a lot of time. But I'll probably go back in and do some gold and, you know, put like gold leaf on and things like that. But, so yeah, this took me to print it and make it took me about 2.5 hours. So you could do this in 2.5 hours. Well, some of the things I had printed already. Gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. And then we have this. So, you know, I'll show you some of the pages later this afternoon. I'll print out a couple of the pages so you can see how they were before I cut them all up. Okay? I don't want to print too many of them because I have Insta Ink and they charge by the page. It's still very much worth it, but they still charge by the page. So then that goes inside. Those all fit very nicely inside this pocket. Okay. Oops. Sorry. They didn't fall through. These just fell out because I was trying to jam them in there. Didn't have to jam them in. They fit very nicely in there without anything falling out. And so anyway, here we have a tag from Toile De Jouy. This pocket was Toile De Jouy. And then this little piece was a journaling, not a journaling card. It was part of a collage. I just cut it up. This is from a different kit, but I can't remember the name of it. I think it's Shabby. I'm not going to say until I know for a fact. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Wedding, Easter, just because it's today and you want to give a gift, you know? And I back these with avocado paper. Okay, so those go in there. And of course the pocket comes just like that. And then this is not a tag, but I just wanted to put some prettiness on it, so I did. I didn't want to put too much lace because it's a small journal, and I didn't want to do a lot of decorating and things like that because, you know, I only had a little bit of time. And I can only sit at my desk for only so long, so I had to, you know, get up a couple of times, and so about 2.5 hours it took me. And so if you're able to sit at your desk for a long amount of time, it would probably take you about an hour. Okay? Not even. So these are just scraps of paper that I made the little journal out of. And then I put the little tabs on, which are sized way down, obviously, because this is a tall, skinny journal. So these would be much bigger. And then here I put in a piece of vellum. Avocado vellum, printed avocado vellum, not dyed. So I made this. This was a page originally, but I made it a pocket. And this was part of a larger tag. And when I did print them, I forgot to size it down for this journal. So I made journaling cards out of them. But who could know? Like, you would not know. You could hold it any way you wanted. So it actually would go, let's see, so it was like this, I think, something like that, maybe. Well, no, I don't know. I don't remember. It doesn't matter. It still looks nice. And then I have that journaling card inside this pocket. Turn it. And then here is one of those little flowers I showed you at the beginning, but I just kind of pinched it here, there, and everywhere to make a tuck spot, okay? And then that's Toile De Jouy. These photos are not Mariss's, but they're called, they're by, let's see, I know I have it in here because these are my black and whites, and they are from Tracy Fox, and they're called Joyful. I'm sorry, they're called Joyful, and I just love them. So these are sized down. This is probably the original size, and this is just a matchbox that I made. I have a whole bunch of them on my shelf. So anyway, we've got this one, a little girl and a little boy. These would be cute for Valentine's Day, wouldn't they? And that little girl. And these two sweeties. They look like sisters, perhaps. They must be sisters. They look so much alike. And I just wanted to add a little bit of vintage. You can just mix and match and mix and match. You know, it's just so nice. And then these three, just having it such a good time. And they make me happy. I like to add them to my journals when I make them. And the rest is all Marissa. Here's just a little bookmark that I made with some sari and some lace. Real pretty. And some more eyelash trim. And then this, I just have a bunch of them. I die cut them with my die cut machine. And then, so yeah, and that just slides right over the page. So whatever page you want to put it on. I just have it in the center because it was just, I don't know, it just fit there perfectly. It fits anywhere actually, but, and then, you know, the person could take the lace apart and use it in anything. And then down here, this was part of an earring, and I just took it apart and made a bead out of it. It's got a ceramic, hand-painted ceramic bead on it, and it had like 4 of them on this long dangle earring. And so I've been making little bead dangles out of them because, I mean, I won't wear them. They're very heavy because this is ceramic. It's hand-painted ceramic. I remember when I used to wear them, but I'm just, you know, at 70 years old, you don't do that anymore. It's just too heavy, you know. My little stud earrings are fine. So then, yeah, so then there's another vellum with a pocket. And this was one of these pockets, but I cut it down because I didn't want to waste it. And who would know anyway? Unless I told them, and I just told you. Some more avocado paper, lighter avocado, and that's it. And then in here, we have, this reminded me of a door. For some reason, it just reminded me of a door. So I put this pink satin polka dotted ribbon, and it just reminded me of something you would have like on your door, you know, as like a welcome or something. I should take the words. It comes with words too. And I'll start putting the words on there. I did put like shabby chic on one of the pages, but I don't know, it just reminded me of a door. So I put this on like you'd put it, like hang it on like a doorknob or something. I don't know, it's just something different, just something different. I was like, you know what? That's how I'm going to do it. Because I was going to tie it right here in the middle, and I decided, nope, I'm going to do it different. Be different. And so then this is from, I don't remember, but it's part of Toile De Jouy. And little Emma, look at her. And then I just backed it with one of the Toile De Jouy papers. And these, the same thing. Because it was scraps and I had it, so that's how I backed them. And then, let's see, turn the page. I could really fill this up, even though I didn't have a lot of room left for this, which I probably could have if I really pushed the limit, but I didn't want to. And I really wanted to use the envelopes because they're just so gorgeous. Look at her. Oh my goodness, she's so cute. Just love her. And I sanded a little bit of the edges to age it up. Sometimes I like to do that with just a fingernail file. And I put some glossy accents here and there. And then some more of the eyelash trim. And I have to get used to calling it that because I used to call it yarn all the time. And somebody corrected me and said it was eyelash trim. I'm like, well, I guess it does look like eyelashes, but it is yarn. Anyway, so that's what that is. And it's got, like I said, the not glossy accents. I say that all the time, but it is not glossy accents. It is Nouveau drops. And then we have this little journaling card, which I think came from something else. Oh, yes, it did. I printed 20 pages of another journal that I'm working on. It's called Marvelous Mice by Angela Kerr. 20 pages on cardstock. Yes. So anyway, I added that because it says spring flowering bulbs. And this was part of a collage. So I just used that because I couldn't throw it away. So I have 20 cardstock pages of what I have to cut up and use in the journal that I'm making with that journal somehow, some way, because I won't waste it. So yeah, she is just my favorite. Can you tell? I just can't stop playing with her. Even my husband came home and said, because I had it drying on the kitchen counter, he said, that is absolutely adorable. And he doesn't get into my, I mean, he gives me advice. He'll say, yeah, I do like that, or no, I don't really like that. This is Shabby Chic. I have more words. I just forgot about them. Forgot to put them in the journal. But I will. And then you just open up this part of the bag and take out these beauties. Make sure I don't have any more in there. But look, there's lots of room in there. You could just fill it with a ton of stuff. But I wanted to make the envelopes, to be honest. And I have this postcard, which is gorgeous. I want to do some chalking. I meant to do that. And then this is a postcard, which I meant to put a stamp on that. So I'm going to put a stamp here just to remind myself to put a stamp because I like the feel of a stamp. Oh, we can't go that color because that would really match too well. Perhaps we'll do, oh my goodness, I have so many pink stamps, guys. How about a hot pink? Hot pink? Well, we'll put a stamp there anyway, so I'll remember. Ooh, that turquoise one would be nice. Let's do that one. That way I'll remember. Okay. So, I like adding the stamp because then it just, I don't know, it makes it feel more real. Crazy, right? Me, crazy, crazy. And then I have these two. Gorgeousness. And they go right back in here. And that is my little journal, which doesn't have a name. Can you believe it? I haven't named it. Oh dear, what should I name it? I'll just name it Toile De Jouy. That's probably what I'll name it, because I just love the name of that kit. And then that's the back. And we have ourselves an adorable kind of this way journal. I'll measure it for you. And I'll come back this afternoon when my paper bags come and show you exactly how I did this. but we won't use the same paper because I'm going to be printing this kit again larger, and I don't want to cut down all the pages because, you know, so we'll use different paper that I already have. And I'll show you without doing like the decorations and stuff, but we'll put the papers in, and I'll show you how to put the journal in, and I'll show you how to make the notepad and all of that if you want to come back this afternoon and visit, or tomorrow, or whenever you have an opportunity. I would so love it. I would really appreciate it a lot. And we'll put that stamp on later, and I'll put it back in the journal. So that's it. It's Toile De Jouy for the most part. And I'll leave the link in the description box below. And Kelly, if you're watching, I hope that your snow goes away really soon. All right, everybody. And Marissa, thank you again for another beautiful, beautiful kit. All right, everybody. Until next time, be well, be safe, be kind to yourself, to others, and God bless. Love y'all. Bye.